Hello everyone. So I think it's time I talk about Ubisoft and more specifically Star Wars Outlaws because I'm kind of on my last nerve with this company and I honestly can't stay silent anymore. I have to talk about this now. So Ubisoft is coming out with Star Wars Outlaws and pretty much everything about this game has been done in the least favorable, most anti-consumer way possible. So to start, let's look at the different editions of the game. So immediately you'll notice that the deluxe edition, gold edition, whatever you want to call it, it is $110, which is $40 more than the base game. And you might be like, okay, maybe you get a lot of stuff in that version of the game. You get the season pass and some random pre-order cosmetics, and yes, it does say 3-day early access, but in all reality, that's just playing the game on time. You're not getting the game early. If you don't buy this edition, you're getting the game late. You are paying extra to play the game day one and on time, which I have a gripe with because some people don't want to pay extra just to not have the game spoiled for them. The 3-day early access shit needs to be exiled from gaming, in my opinion. Like, it's kind of not okay. But anyway, yeah. You get the early access, but you also get the season pass, which is fine. But the fact that it's $40 extra for just the season pass essentially is insanity. Like, I'm kind of not counting those random cosmetics because, like, who the fuck cares about that? I don't know if you realize this, Ubisoft, but when games give you a deluxe edition, the season pass or not, it's typically no more than $20 maximum. The $40 deluxe edition is literal robbery. So that's the deluxe edition. If we move over to the ultimate edition, which is $130, you get all of that other stuff, with the difference being you get more random cosmetic bundles and a digital art book. Wowee. Some ultimate edition you got there. So you're telling me a few cosmetics and a digital art book is worth $20 extra than the deluxe edition? Yeah, like, you're out of your mind, Ubisoft. And in some regions, these are even more expensive. This is just my region I'm looking at. These prices are inflated beyond belief, and they know this shit isn't worth it. They're just hoping to get some sucker Star Wars fans to be dumb enough to buy these. Nothing against Star Wars fans either. I like Star Wars, but they're preying the love people have for this franchise to milk every dime from you. It's kind of despicable, and you know what? It just might work. Star Wars is big enough that they might actually rob a few people that love Star Wars and don't know any better, but I hope that isn't the case. This game truthfully doesn't deserve success because they don't value your time, none of their games do, and they certainly don't value your money. You think they care about giving you a product that's worth the asking price? Absolutely not. I would bet anything I own that they will add a microtransaction store soon after reviews come out, because that's what they do. This isn't a Ubisoft thing. A lot of companies do this where they release the store after the reviews, that way they don't drag the scores down because they know it's something people don't like or want, and they do it anyway. But let's talk about the game itself. So maybe the game is good but just has scummy monetization. Well, I'd be willing to bet that the game isn't worth much either, considering Ubisoft legitimately hasn't made a good game in years. This game looks like more open world Ubisoft trash to add to the pile, to be honest. And here's the thing, like, most of the time their games don't do all too well, and I think people just know not to trust them at this point. The only reason this might be different is because it's Star Wars. But yeah, if they're past, I don't even know how many games haven't been even remotely worth playing. I mean, Assassin's Creed Mirage is debatable. Why would this be any different? I think it's time we stop giving Ubisoft chances. I mean, they literally said Skull and Bones was a quadruple A game, and we all know how that turned out. Does that sound like a company that wants to sell you a good product? Because to me, it sounds like they would rather just burn people who fall for their marketing. In my opinion, it's not that they can't make good games. They don't want to make good games. I genuinely believe they don't think a good product is worth the effort. They would literally rather shovel out the same cookie cutter trash and just pray to God that it works this time. It's unbelievable. Ubisoft games are as close to being AI generated games as you can get. Like, how can a company make the same game time after time for literal years on end with pretty lackluster success, to be honest, without any desire to change things up? It just shows that they have no desire to change their ways. And you could argue that they aren't changing because their games are successful. But I truly believe they just don't feel like changing things up because it's just barely keeping them afloat, what they're doing now. And simply making good products is just too much work. I truly believe that. Too much work for them, I mean. And then they have the audacity to have a subscription service, as if literally anyone likes their games to that extent. Like, yes, some people do like select Ubisoft games. I'm not saying those people don't exist, but is anyone really a Ubisoft fan though? Like nowadays, like to the point that they would subscribe to Ubisoft Plus? That I'm not so sure of. Someone at Ubisoft said recently, and I'll link this in the description if I remember, but they basically said that we as gamers should get used to not owning our games. Basically saying that they want the subscription only future to become a reality. And I mean, of course they would. Of course they would want that, because why let you buy a game and own it forever forever rather than making you pay for it every month or so. The problem with that is that they don't make games worth paying for once, let alone paying for as a subscription. They already increased the standard price of games from $60 to $70. Leave us alone. You don't need any more money. I promise you, you don't have to milk every fucking dime out of us. More people play games than ever before in history, and every game is riddled with microtransactions despite being full price. You don't need more money from us. Do they want more money? Yes, of course they do. What company doesn't? But this myth that games aren't sustainable as they are, like they don't make enough money to like be sustainable, is complete bullshit. I'm not buying that. No, I can't confirm that necessarily. I'm not a game developer, but just look around you. It's not rocket science. But back to Ubisoft, I actually think an open world Star Wars game sounds like a brilliant idea. That could be awesome, but because it's this company that's behind it, I have zero faith and zero hope for this game. Maybe another game will come along that will fulfill that niche. That remains to be seen. Yes, it's possible that Star Wars Outlaws comes out and it's actually a decent game, but I think the chances of that are very slim, to be honest. Maybe I'll be completely wrong about that. Who knows? Anyway, rant over. Do what you want with your money. I'm not saying you can't buy this game or anything. I'm just stating my opinion. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.